Today we have a look at an Arizona hotel helping Afghan refugees, storm damage, and much more.
We have today's weather forecast with Ben and a look at sports with Eli.
Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. It's National Puppy Day.
We are live from Shroyer Studio H12 on the campus of Bradley Central High School, and you are watching VOX News Today.
Welcome back. I'm Alex Wingard.
And I am Amber Filyaw.
South Korea passed a grim milestone on Tuesday in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Authorities recorded over 490,000 daily infections, bringing the country's total cases to more than 10 million since the pandemic began. In recent weeks, the country has recorded some of the highest daily averages in the world. Just last Thursday alone, over 600,000 cases were recorded.
WikiLeaks say its founder Julian Assange is set to marry his fiancée Stella Morris on Wednesday in London's HMP Belmarsh prison. According to a statement from WikiLeaks, Assange and Morris will be surrounded by just a few friends and family members. There will only be 4 guests and 2 witnesses allowed to attend the ceremony, as well as 2 security guards. They have 2 children together. WikiLeaks media team says hundreds of Assange supporters plan to gather outside the prison for the event. The United States has charged Assange under the Espionage Act for his role in publishing classified military and diplomatic cables. Last week, the UK Supreme Court refused to allow Assange his latest appeal against extradition to the US.
A Ukrainian punk band named Baton is on the rise. Their name translates to concrete in English, and they're here to support those fighting for their country. They've made a song called Kiev is Calling, which is a rework of the song London is Calling, and it's about the war. The group hopes to reach all parts of the world with their songs and lyrics. They aspire to make an impact as strong as well, concrete.
Jamaica is demanding an apology and slavery reparations from Britain. On Tuesday, protesters gathered around British High Commission building in Kingston. This was hours before Duke and Duchess William and Kate of Jamaica arrived. Protesters say that their arrival itself isn't a problem, but they come as representatives of the biggest colonial slave mistress on earth. The protesters say they bring no remorse and wish to be given an apology and reparations from them.
The Taliban have postponed the reopening of schools for Afghan girls above 6th grade, just hours after they are due to reopen for the first time since August. The Taliban had promised schools for all students would open this week as long as boys and girls would be separated. But according to state-run news, an appropriate school uniform for girls must be designed first. The UN mission in Afghanistan responded earlier, saying it deplores the Taliban's decision.
President Joe Biden is traveling to Brussels, Belgium today. The White House says these are his main objectives. Biden is flying in for an emergency NATO summit on Ukraine. Ukraine says some 100,000 people are trapped in the besieged city of Mariupol. Other Ukrainians are battling to protect the capital, Kyiv, and other cities. And the UN says more than 3.5 million refugees have fled to neighboring countries to escape the fighting.
A Phoenix, Arizona hotel is doing its part to help improve the lives of Afghan refugees who recently migrated to the state. The Sheridan in downtown Phoenix is currently employing over 40 refugees, more than 40 refugees who are now working at the Sheridan in downtown Phoenix. Aaron Flothmeyer said they started hiring refugees after they came across a resume, and then one referral led to another and another. The Sheridan gives them a place to work with full pay and benefits. Aaron Flothmeyer, Market Director of Human Resources, Sheridan. We've not only done bank accounts with them, showed them how to use the bus, but we've constructed a prayer room because 100% of them are Muslim and they want to continue their faith, and we want to give them space to do that.
A majority of birds on exhibit at Detroit Zoo are being moved indoors as a precaution against the bird flu, which federal and state officials have confirmed to be in Michigan. The birds will remain indoors as long as necessary to ensure their health and safety, and many will be out of public view. Zoo staff can more closely monitor the birds indoors and prevent them from having contact with wild birds that may have the flu, said Ann Duncan, Director of Animal Health for the Zoological Society. Federal officials said a strain of the virus had been detected in a flock of birds in Kalamazoo County in southwestern Michigan. The virus strain is potentially deadly to commercial poultry. A 2015 bird flu outbreak killed 50 million birds across 15 states. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the recent bird flu cases do not present an immediate public health concern. No human cases of these viruses have been detected in the U.S.
This is what remains of a car involved in a tragic accident in Oklahoma. 6 high school-age girls were killed when the compact car they were driving in collided with a semi-truck Tuesday. The accident happened at the junction of U.S. Highway 377 and State Highway 22 in Tishomingo. In a statement posted on Facebook, Tishomingo High School announced that the fatal crash involved some of its students. School will be in session Wednesday, but the focus will be on grief counseling and the emotional well-being of the student body.
Hillary Clinton has tested positive for COVID-19. She announced the news on Twitter Tuesday. The former Secretary of State says she has mild cold symptoms. In the tweet, Clinton also encouraged everyone to get vaccinated and boosted. She added that former President Bill Clinton tested negative and is feeling fine.
And now let's check on our weather. Madison, what can you tell us?
Spring is finally here. Stay tuned for today's weather update and much more right after this break.
Wow, college already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. And thanks for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
awful. Seriously, awful.
But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
Final round. Fight.
Welcome back. I'm Madison Johnston with your weather. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather at glance for today. Right now in Cleveland, it is 62 degrees with scattered showers. The high listed for today is 73 degrees and a low of 41, with the precipitation listed at 60%. Humidity is 100% with a dew point of 62 degrees Fahrenheit. The pressure is 30.68 inches. Visibility is 9 miles, and the UV index is 0 out of 10. Let's go ahead and look at our local radar. The showers from last night are slowly trying to move out of the area. And now let's look at our national radar. Again, those showers are pushing off to the east, which will be good so we can dry out from all the rain that we've had. And now let's look at our 7-day forecast. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high of 64 and a low of 41. Friday will be cloudy with a high of 57 and a low of 39. Saturday will be mostly sunny skies with a high of 58 and a low of 32. Sunday will have sunny skies with a high of 59 and a low of 35. Monday will have partly cloudy skies with a high of 61 and a low of 46. And Tuesday will have mostly sunny skies with a high of 76 and a low of 56. That's all I have for weather, and now here's Eli with your sports.
March Madness is still on everyone's mind. I'll have more on that after this break.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
Oh, that's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the tide.
I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike one. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike two. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Trick 3. Wow! I'm the greatest pitcher in the world!
Optimism. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. I'm Eli Dunn with your sports. World number 1 tennis star Ashley Barty has shocked the sports world by announcing her retirement. The 25-year-old Australian wrote on Instagram in part, quote, "Today is difficult and filled with emotion for me." Barty explained her decision in a video included in a Wednesday Instagram post. She said, quote, "I don't have the physical drive, the emotional want, and everything it takes to challenge yourself at the very top of the level anymore." She also said she had been considering retirement for a while and made the decision after winning Wimbledon last year. After a successful MLB stint, local legend Hiroki Corona returned to Japan for a last hurrah with his longtime team. Suzuki had never watched Major League Baseball and had never heard of Mike Trout. But the first glimpses of him changing his life, I wanted to play like that, and that's why obviously I'm here right now. Suzuki told Fox Sports what he has done so far has worked since that year after Kuroda opened his eyes. Suzuki averaged more than 29 home runs per NPB season, hit 300 or better every year, stole double-digit bases, and logged a collective OPS over 1,000 Trout-like statuses. After an underwhelming offseason, both pre- and post-lockout, Boston finally hopped into the free agent pool, inking the former Rockies shortstop to a 6-year, $140 million deal. The contract immediately makes Story the highest paid position player on Boston's roster and the second highest paid player overall behind Chris Sale. That said, 2020 represented a small step back for Story at the worst possible time. He missed some time due to an elbow issue that seemed to have hampered him for a good chunk of the season. He was also enrolled situation with the Rockies. That is all I have for sports. We will have more news with Alex and Amber right after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
We broke Old Man Hennessy's window.
Correction, dude. You broke. I just threw the ball.
This is really bad. What are we gonna do?
Dude, kiss your life goodbye.
Yeah.
Sorry, kid.
Keep smiling, keep shining. No,
Hi.
you can't.
Tell him it was an accident, and we can fix the window. I'll come with you.
Oh, that's what friends are for.
Welcome back.
An Alabama man called a wrecker service asking to have a 70-ton crane pulled out of the woods. Now he's charged with stealing the big machinery. Authorities say the man told the towing service that someone had given him the crane and he would be taking it to a scrapyard to sell. The owner of the towing service surprised the owner after realizing he had moved the same crane a few years before. The Chilton County Sheriff's Office says the man who wanted the crane left the rig stuck in a ditch.
Leah Thomas took control in the final 100 yards of the 500-yard freestyle to produce history Thursday as the first transgender woman to win an NCAA swimming championship. Thomas, the University of Pennsylvania senior who earlier swam at Penn while transitioning, had a season best time of 4 minutes 33.24 seconds. Virginia's Emma Wyatt was second at 4 minutes and 34 seconds and 99 milliseconds. The race was close until the final 100 yards, with Wyatt and Erica Sullivan of Texas shoving Thomas for the lead. As was the case in Thursday morning in a preliminary win, Thomas was stronger at the end.
An aggressive driving incident led to the death of one man in Walker County Tuesday night. Walker County Sheriff Steve Wilson says the incident occurred around 7:20 p.m. Tuesday night in the parking lot outside of the Dollar General store on Garrett's Chapel Road. According to witnesses, the men engaged in a scuffle and one fired a 9mm weapon, hitting the man driving the truck in the chest. The victim was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced deceased. The two men driving the motorcycles have been arrested and transported to the Walker County Jail. Charges and identities of the men have not yet been confirmed.
Tuesday, GSP responded to a multi-vehicle crash that shut down Cooper Road near Highway 151. The crash resulted in an engine being ejected from one vehicle and the driver of the other vehicle getting trapped. GSP says a Honda Accord was traveling southbound and left the roadway on West Shoulder. The Honda made contact with the commercial motor vehicle that was traveling northbound, says GSP. The roadway was shut down from approximately 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. for investigation and cleanup of the roadway. GSP says the crash report is not complete at this time.
A jury has found Billy Ray Turner guilty on all charges in Wright's death. That includes first-degree murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy. The judge sentenced Turner to life in prison for the murder conviction, but he still faces sentencing for the other charges. Prosecutors say Wright's ex-wife, Shara Wright Robinson, recruited Turner to murder the pro athlete. Memphis police found Wright's body in a field back in 2010. His murder remained a cold case until Wright Robinson and Turner were arrested in 2017. Wright Robinson is currently serving prison time after pleading guilty to facilitation of murder in the first degree in 2019.
2 Tennessee theft suspects are accused of asking an elderly woman in church to pray with them as they stole her wallet, according to the police. Police are investigating the incident that took place at the Hilldale Baptist Church Sanctuary on February 9th around 6 p.m. One suspect requested the victim pray with her. While they were praying, the second female rummaged through the victim's purse and stole her wallet. The 2 suspects then attempted to use the victim's credit cards at Sam's and Kroger's shortly thereafter. Authorities are asking anyone with information about the incident to contact the Clarksville Police Department.
2 Polk County students are in custody charged with making a school threat. Director of Schools Dr. James Jones said officials at Chilhowie Middle School received a tip from students that 2 other students were planning acts of violence at the school. Sheriff Steve Ross and his deputies responded immediately to ward off any potential threat. The 2 students were never on campus with any weapon, and Dr. Jones said that they never posed an actual threat. Chilhowie Middle School will have counselors available on Tuesday to talk with any student who needs support.
Cleveland police said 30 Cleveland Middle School female students were filmed inside a locker room. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office said Christopher Scroll faces 2 charges for placing a spy camera in the locker room. Parents are being notified and are concerned. This is so sick and disturbing, Cleveland Middle School parent Elizabeth Phillips said. Disgusted and frightened, Cleveland Middle School parent Michelle Peterson said. Christopher Stroll, a former 8th grade science teacher and soccer coach at Cleveland Middle School, is facing charges after a student found a camera in the girls' locker room. The arrest said it was a black spy camera that looks like a phone brick charger. The report said Scroll did this because he was getting complaints from females about being bullied and harassed. The school principal and assistant principal told investigators that Scroll hadn't brought any of these complaints to them.
Some Disney employees used their breaks to protest a photo bill and the company's response to it. They staged walkouts Tuesday at various locations. Florida Senate passed the bill earlier this month, and Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to sign it into law. Disney opposes it, saying on Instagram it opposes any legislation that infringes on basic human rights. Called the Don't Say Gay bill by critics, it would ban classroom instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity before 4th grade. Disney also said Tuesday it stands in solidarity with support of their LGBTQIA+ cast, crew, guests, and fans. Disney CEO Bob Chapek was criticized for not speaking out against the bill sooner. He has since apologized.
It's not under the bridge, it's on the sidewalk. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The unveiling ceremony takes place Thursday, March 31st. George Clinton on Parliament Funkadelic, who produced their 1985 album Freaky Styley, will unveil the star with actor Woody Harrelson and others. It's the 2,717th star on the walk. The band has an album coming out next month, followed by a world tour.
The City of Miami Beach Commission voted unanimously at a Tuesday emergency meeting to impose a curfew during spring break festivities this weekend. The midnight curfew starts at 12:01 a.m. Thursday and expires Monday morning at 6 a.m. It comes after 2 shootings with 5 people injured last weekend. Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gilbert and City Manager Alina Hudak announced the curfew Monday, but needed the Commission's approval to go past 72 hours. Miami Beach Police Chief Richard Clements said in the shooting Saturday night there were 10 police officers within 10 to 15 feet of the shooting. He added that since spring break season began in February, 9 officers have been injured in some capacity.
That's according to the president of one of the hard-hit parishes. He says some homes in the iconic French Quarter were lifted off the ground. No word yet on the number of injuries, though there are reports of many seeking treatment. Overnight, search and rescue teams combed through debris in damaged neighborhoods. In a tweet, Louisiana's Governor Belle Edwards said, quote, "My prayers are with you in southeast Louisiana tonight. Please be safe. In the morning, the National Weather Service will send survey teams out to assess the damage."
It's time to shine a light on some furry four-legged friends. Wednesday is National Puppy Day. This designated day helps bring awareness to the unconditional love puppies provide, as well as the fact that a lot of dogs of all ages are in need of a home. The ASPCA says more than 3 million dogs are placed in shelters every year. Advocates say people looking for a puppy should first consider adopting one from a shelter. National Puppy Day made its debut in 2006, funded by pet lifestyle expert Colleen Page. She's also the creator of National Dog Day and National Cat Day.
A special moment for a special group of girls. The South Jersey Storm Twisters found out Monday that they were competing in the World Cheerleading Championship. The special needs team was celebrating World Down Syndrome Day when they got the news. The cheerleading organization only accepts 5 teams to compete, according to the Twisters director. The girls are scheduled to compete at Disney World at the end of April.
We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube through our channel BCHS VOX News.
You will also find more online at our website, voxnews.net.
Remind your friends to like, subscribe, share, and tune in.
You just cannot get enough of Vox.
That is all we have for you today for Studio H12 at Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears!